channel for westerns and more.
They'll faster than me. Draw, you damn tin horn!
In westerns, it almost always comes down to a standoff. The good guy versus the bad guy. Almost always, the good guy comes out on top. Almost. Today, we will take a look at some of the fastest gunmen in the West that met their match, good and bad. If you enjoyed this video, hit the subscription button to get my new videos. To check out my many other videos, head to my channel. The link is in the description. Here we go. The Gunfighter, 1950, director Henry King. Gregory Peck in this classic black and white western. The fastest draw in the West, hounded by young guns who want to make a reputation for themselves by taking out the king. Little do they know, they are signing their own death warrant. Written with John Wayne in mind, Wayne loved it and offered $10,000 for it. The writer thought it was worth more and told Wayne how he felt. The actor reportedly said, "Well, you wrote it for me. Don't you have any artistic integrity?" He later got $70,000 for it at Fox. Wayne's final film, The Shootist, 1976, is very similar to this film.
Did you see that? Yes, sir. He drew first.
How about it, Ringo? I ought to give one this square on the belly, both barrels. I gotta be cheap.
You'll see what I mean. Just wait.
The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, 2018. Directors Ethan and Joel Cohen. Consists of 6 segments. The Ballad of Buster Scruggs, Near Algodones, Meal Ticket, All Gold Canyon, The Gal Who Got Rattled, and The Mortal Remains. The film cast includes 4 Oscar nominees: Liam Neeson, Brendan Gleeson, James Franco, and Tom Waits. The final shootout demonstrates just how easy it is for a confident, skilled gunman to have a very bad day.
I hope I don't miss. Let me see here. It's hard to be on the left, but in the mirror it'd be on the right. Of course, we is both facing the same way, and the gun is upside down, so yeah, best not to play it too fancy.
You need a count?
No, sir. Well, that ain't good.
The Quick and the Dead, 1995. Director Sam Raimi. A woman gunfighter returns to a frontier town where a dueling tournament is being held, which she enters in an effort to avenge her father's death. All of the actors on the set in the gunfight scenes were instructed in the art of the quick draw by a stunt coordinator. Due to his limited screen time, Gene Hackman had the most opportunity to prepare his quick draw, and as a result was the fastest actor on the set. A highly stylized western that took on a character all itself. Ride the High Country, 1962. Director Sam Peckinpah. An ex-Union soldier is hired to transport gold from a mining community through dangerous territory. But what he doesn't realize is that his partner and old friend is plotting to double-cross him. Final film of Randolph Scott. He retired from acting once he saw the finished film, saying he wanted to quit while he was ahead, and that he would never be able to better his work here. Joel McCrea also retired after making this movie, but later agreed to appear in a few more films. He finally retired from acting at the age of 69 after making Mustang Country, 1976.
we figure?
So long, partner.
The Fastest Gun Alive, 1956. Director Russell Rouse. In the western frontier town of Cross Creek, storekeeper George Temple is a polite and soft-spoken man with a secret past. When 3 bank robbers on the lam stop in town to change horses, George's past comes back to haunt him. Broderick Crawford was a heavy drinker during the shoot, but remained sober on the set. He and Glenn Ford went on booze binges every night and could barely remember the previous evening they spent together. Red River, 1948. Directors Howard Hawks, Arthur Rosson. Dunson leads a cattle drive, the culmination of over 14 years of work, to its destination in Missouri. But his tyrannical behaviour along the way causes a mutiny, led by his adopted son. After seeing John Wayne's performance in the film, directed by rival director Howard Hawks, John Ford was quoted as saying, "I never knew the son of a bitch could act."
Go on, draw. I said draw. And I'll make you. You're soft. Won't anything make a man out of you? You once told me never to take your gun away from you.
Once Upon a Time in the West, 1968. Director Sergio Leone. A mysterious stranger with a harmonica joins forces with a notorious desperado to protect a beautiful widow from a ruthless assassin working for the railroad. Henry Fonda prepared for his role as the villain, Frank, by arriving in Italy with a pair of brown-coloured contact lenses and a moustache. When Sergio Leone saw him, he ordered them removed. Leone had planned an important close-up shot of Frank's entrance and wanted the audience to instantly recognize Fonda for those blue eyes. The Great Silence, 1968. Director Sergio Corbucci. Bounty killers, led by Loco, prey on outlaws hiding out in the snowbound Utah mountains. After Pauline's husband becomes Loco's latest victim, she hires a gunman for revenge. Silence. Mute since his throat was cut when he was a boy. Silence's distinctive rapid-fire pistol is the 7.63mm Mauser C96, nicknamed the broom handle, for its distinctive wooden grip. The pistol was produced in 1896, 2 years before the events of the film. Tombstone, 1993. Director George Cosmatos. a successful lawman's plan to retire anonymously in Tombstone, Arizona, are disrupted by the kind of outlaws he was famous for eliminating. Some years after the death of Doc Holliday, Wyatt was quoted in an interview as saying, "Doc was a dentist, not a lawman or an assassin, whom necessity had made a gambler, a gentleman whom disease had made a frontier vagabond, a philosopher whom life had made a caustic wit, a long, lean, ash-blonde fellow, nearly dead with consumption, and at the same time the most skillful gambler and the nerviest, speediest, deadliest man with a six-gun that I ever knew."
Come on. Come on! Oh, Donnie. Come on! You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all.
Poor soul. He was just too high-strung.
Shane, 1953. Director, George Stevens. A weary gunfighter in 1880s Wyoming begins to envisage a quieter life after befriending a homestead family with a young son who idolizes him. But a smouldering range war forces him to act. Having witnessed, during his World War II service, the profound effects a bullet could have on a man, realism was important to George Stevens during the making of the film. Therefore, this was one of the first movies to use stunt wires to pull actors or stuntmen backwards to simulate when they've been shot.
What have you heard, Shane?
I've heard that you're a low-down Yankee liar.
Prove it.
The Tin Star, 1957, director Anthony Mann. A cynical former sheriff turned bounty hunter helps a young, recently appointed acting sheriff with his advice, his experience, and his gun. James Stewart was originally supposed to play Morgan Hickman. Anthony Perkins would later appear opposite co-star Henry Fonda's daughter, Jane, in Tall Story, 1960. If you liked this video, make sure you hit the subscription button so you will see all my new videos as they come up. Take a look at my channel to see my many other videos. The link is in the description. Leave me a comment. Check out my Facebook page as well. I appreciate your likes and subscribers. I am Wrangler. Adios. See you again soon.
Yeah, 30 years older than you are. Had my back broke once, my hip twice, and on my worst day I could beat the hell out of you.
I don't think so.
You will.
The channel for westerns and more.